Prelude. The party once stood victorious within the Crucible Tomb, believing the threat sealed and broken. Yet victory proved incomplete. The mummy they allowed to escape did not flee in fear, but withdrew with purpose. It was not a forgotten king or priest. It was a thing made on purpose, built by an alchemist as a last defense, then abandoned to buy time for an escape. Facing certain death by the players, it chose survival instead. While the world moved on, the dead did not. Something old and vast has begun to stir beneath a battlefield long thought silent. Adventure Synopsis. The party is drawn to a desecrated battlefield ruin where an entire army vanished after pursuing a fleeing undead menace. Their investigation leads them from a shattered caravan site into a sealed subterranean complex built beneath the ancient graves. Within, they uncover ritual halls, mass burial chambers, and alchemical workshops repurposed to raise Ogre dead as shock troops. The quest culminates deep within a forgotten crypt where the escaped mummy reforges its strength, guarded by the consequences of the party's earlier mercy. Background. Long before roads crossed this land, a brutal war was fought here between early human settlers and marauding ogre clans. When the battle ended, the ogres were buried in massive stone-lined pits beneath the battlefield, sealed within an underground necropolis meant to contain both their size and their curse. Over generations, the surface was abandoned, while the chambers below were forgotten entirely. The escaped mummy was created by an alchemist, left behind inside the Crucible Tomb to delay pursuers and guard the alchemist's escape route. It was never meant to rule anything. It was meant to obey and die. But when the party broke its defenders and it faced certain destruction, the creature fled and learned the one lesson it could truly keep: survival. Now it raises the dead for its own purposes, building strength, building servants, and carving out a place in the world that no master controls. When a caravan vanished, then a full military force that pursued the threat underground, the truth became impossible to ignore. The dead are no longer resting. They are organizing within the tombs below. Quest hook. A wounded scout collapses in the streets, raving about ogres rising from stone chambers and soldiers standing again moments after falling. Local leaders piece together the reports and confirm that the army pursued the threat into an old sealed burial complex beneath the battlefield. Tracks, hunter's mark resonance, and survivor accounts all point toward the ruined caravan site above the buried halls. The party is urged to return to the consequences of their earlier choice and confront the horror they allowed to escape, beginning where the army made its last stand.